Well, I would like to say that if the issue of really human rights, and I said we'll just talk about it later, we should have a summit only on human rights. But we should call all, not zero in on me. Bakit ako lang? There are so many violations of human rights, including sa United States, including the continuous bombing in the Middle East, killing civilians. Pati mga bata, eskwelahan nila. And yung namatay along the way, and those who are responsible for it, in the countries that did the bombings there, America, then you have recently France and Russia. So mine is just a small list. So let's have a summit of how we can protect the human rights for all human race. And nandito na lang rin tayo. Bakit pag-usapan natin yung Pilipinas? What makes the death of people in the Philippines more important than the rest of the children in the world who were massacred and killed? Diba? So we should call a summit, and I will volunteer to make the Philippines the venue. But I would call first Calamard. I have not heard you comment on the so many killings, the victims of bombs and of violence there in the Middle East. What have you been doing all the time? Why are you so fascinated with drugs? And you also should take note that there are plenty of Americans who died because of drugs. You need not really zero in on the police, but how about the doctors who prescribe them? The opioid epidemic. They are responsible for those guys who are really reckless. They should also be investigated by the human rights. You must be crazy. They are the ones who did it. You cannot get it without a prescription. Who's the culprit? See? We live in a very incongruous world. At least for once, Calamard and the rest should be decent enough to accept it. Let us investigate all violations of human rights committed by all governments. I said, just because it happened 40 years ago, it happened 100 years ago. When it was wrong then, it is definitely still wrong now.